Hey everyone, it's Ride1940 here, and today we are in Sea Power Naval Combat in the Missile Age. I'm playing the Strait of Hormuz hard mission. I do like doing tutorials to help you guys out, but I also like playing the game, so I want to play some scenarios occasionally here and there, and this will just be one of those playthroughs. I've picked this video up after we kind of got things sorted out. Everybody's not at MCON, and we've got our helicopter up here figuring out some targets, and we're going to go VID them now. This is a mission that I've played. I played all the Strait of Hormuz missions like day one when the game came out, just because if you're in the Navy and you've deployed, you've probably been through this spot many times back and forth, and I'm no different, so it's really cool to see this area in the game. Alright, SH2 has 3 contacts in a line. We were briefed that this is kind of an ambush spot to look out for, so these guys being here in this formation looks pretty suspect. We'll go VID it. Okay, that's the Alvin. Alright, we don't need to VID it. I'm going to make these guys guilty by association here. We'll pull this guy back now. Got some other radar echoes. These are probably fighter jets coming from Bandar Abbas area. Same thing with a helicopter. We don't want to waste any time. We want to get rid of these ships here, so we're going to fire 2 at that contact. I kind of want to spread it out using these missiles here. Fire 2 at the Alvin, and then go back to the Wainwright and fire 2 more on the far contact. I like using the Mark 141s, and the reason I didn't use the Harpoons that we've got on our FFG over here, the gallery, this is a one-armed bandit, so when you fire a salvo, missile's got to pop up from the missile mag, and then it's got to pick up the missile and train it to whatever direction and fire off, so it takes quite a bit of time. So the missile spacing is not really tight, and when we want these salvos to be most effective is when we're massing a bunch of missiles all at once to overwhelm the enemy. You could space out who's got, go between all the ships and use the Harpoons and spread them out that way, but the Mark 141 launchers, they're pretty good about basically you fire and you can fire a bunch all of a sudden. These are these guys here. This is also why the Harpoon was really successful for the U.S. Navy. It's just this form factor is easy to put on ships. Just put them anywhere, like some of the other ships, they've got them just on the stern, crisscrossed each other. Like you can see, they just kind of where they fit them in. So yeah, that's the Harpoon. And these guys are going to get a good look at some Harpoons. They also have Harpoons too. They've got the La Comandante class, which has 4 Harpoons. Given this is the Alvin, this is a bigger radar return. These guys are probably the missile boats, so they'll probably have 8 Harpoons total if they find us. Alright, gotta keep an eye on these air contacts because they like to dart over. I've moved the waypoints for the ships. Originally you come around here further out, and pulled it in closer to Oman so we can give ourselves some more time from Iranian aircraft scooting down towards us. If I was to... Okay, there. SH2 is detecting fire control radar probably, like on its RWR, so it's probably the Alvin trying to begin to track these missiles to shoot at them. We'll see if they get through. The Strait of Hormuz, the traffic separation schemes, this area is pretty unique because Oman and Iran, basically territorial waters just bump up against each other. And if you're going east or westbound, sorry, you'll be on the north side, and the south side is the eastbound traffic. And then you go around these islands here. It's kind of over here that you're passing through. And there's another traffic separation scheme over here. If you can imagine ships wanting to sail directly to port to port, cutting the corner here is where most of the ships want to go. So there's a traffic separation scheme where if you're going westbound, you go over here north of these islands, and then if you're going eastbound, then you're in this lane over here. A little fact. It'd be kind of cool if we had like a layer to see nautical charts or something. It's really neat. There's traffic separation schemes all over the place. And yeah, in a game you kind of guess where you can kind of judge where you would see a lot of merchants or not, because ships, like I said, want to go the fastest to point A to point B, so they'll cut corners and things like that to save time and fuel. Okay, Alvin still looks like she's up, so we'll just this is a great opportunity to say like when you should use the harpoons from the Mark 13, and because we probably damage Alvin already, we just need one shot, so I can take one from the frigate, and it's no longer an emergency. I'm sure we've critically wounded her and she might sink on her own, but we'll just help that along with one more missile. Okay, we've got F5s coming in. We'll go ahead and engage that. Now, Wainwright's got really capable SM2 ERs, so the range on these guys is 80 nautical miles. Not necessarily true that you're always going to fire at stuff 80 nautical miles. The FCR needs to be able to see the jet, and that can change based on the altitude or other factors. You know, I'm sure also aspect and stuff like that plays into it. So this is going to be our main air defense platform. We got 40 SM2s. We just got to keep mindful of that ammo count. We've got the Foster here, who is a Spruance class, or Sprucan is what people call them. These guys are the RIM 7 mics, so 14 nautical miles, and you shouldn't use this as a long-range like air defense weapon for the fleet. It's just point defense, and really it's just for protecting itself. This is more of an ASW platform. It's got 2 helicopters, and it's got the towed array that can come out there, and that's primarily what you should use this ship for. The RIM 7s, if you look there, there's 4 cells on each side, so you got 8 total. That's 8 missiles. We carry 24, so once you fire 8, you gotta be mindful. This thing's gonna have to reload, and it takes 30 minutes to reload. Okay. The gallery, it's got the SM1 MRs. They go 24.68 nautical miles. They're in this missile mag here. We got 32 of them. Okay, looks like the F5 slipped through. Let's do a salvo 2 at this guy. Alright, hopefully, looks like they're turning back. If they RTB, then we won't worry about firing any more missiles. We'll just kind of save them for other contacts. Speed this up a bit. Alright, track is killed. Alvin's about to get another missile hit. Ooh! It looked like Alvin was doing alright at first, so probably should have checked the speed when we had the radar contact. Alright, we've got some more F5s coming in. Okay, Alvin's sinking. I was going to have to pump another harpoon into it, but it looks like she's dead. It'd be kind of cool if this didn't turn black, but I can see it for the game, you know, wanting to let the player know something's dead or not, because it's kind of tricky in naval combat. If you can imagine, we're just getting radar returns, and if the ship hasn't sunk, we'll still get radar returns, and then you got to do some BDA. I think during Operation Praying Mantis, they pumped missiles into can't remember what the name of the ship was, one of the Iranian frigates, and it took quite a few harpoon hits. And there's pictures of it just burning. And you wouldn't know until you actually flew aircraft over there to take a look at something like that to understand that it's been wiped out. Obviously the ESM stuff might help you, because when you take a harpoon hit, a lot of your stuff is going to be broken and not operating anymore. And you can kind of make deductions based on that, but yeah, they're kind of cool. Alright, we've got a helicopter coming in as well. We'll just fire a single one at that. And then we'll speed this up. Ooh, okay, the F5's got away. Helicopter's probably been shot down. We'll go ahead and continue flying along this route here. Let's make sure our sensors are on and we'll go a little higher. Okay, I think the other thing we have to worry about is I've cut this guy's corner here. Normally it's going this far away, but the Iranians probably have Silkworm missiles on Qasem Island, some of these other islands here, and we can look that up really quickly. It's got a range of 21 point something nautical miles. Let's take a look here. Silkworm site, there we go. Yeah, 21.6 nautical miles. So if we were to sail right in the middle there, we'd definitely be in the range. So what I like to do is just find points on these islands and just pull out 22 nautical miles. If we do that, we know that we're safe from any possible threat of Silkworm attack. Now these guys are only this. You can only do this for the regular SSN2s. The two Charlies, they go a little further. I think they go 30 nautical miles or more than that. So keep that in mind. But these guys are the regular SSN2s, and yeah. So as long as we stay out of this bubble, we're totally fine. We don't have to worry about it. So we're gonna pass through this way, and then we should be all right. Looks like I kind of wish we had airports just mapped, because you would, maps, cities don't move, airports don't move. You would know where an airport is, because this appears to be Bandar Abbas area where there would be an airport, and I see these jets kind of massing up now. So we'll keep an eye on it, and SH2 is going to just fly along on the track. We'll just make sure the track is safe. Something's going on, I can't quite select. There we go. Alright, we'll go this way and then we'll kind of pull further along the track and come back down. When we're operating the helicopter, we do have to be mindful of getting too far away, because in fact seeing this attack actually form up here, I'm probably going to pull the SH2 back. We know this route that the ships are going to drive is clear, so that's okay. I don't want, what I was trying to get at is, when you operate the helicopter further away from your air defense, even if you're under the umbrella of the air defense, you got to think it still takes some time for those missiles to go out towards contacts, and when they do come out, if they miss, then it's going to take even longer to get another hit at any of the fighters that are coming down at the SH2. Now, if this was like a onesie-twosie thing where there's maybe one fighter or pair of fighters coming down, I'd probably feel okay about it, but it looks like there's a ton of jets here forming up, so we're going to have to hold this guy close just to protect him, and also we'll bring his altitude down. Alright, we've got a helicopter coming inbound. I'm not too worried about the helicopters. I don't think that they have SH3s. The Iranians have a way to put anti-surface missiles on them. If it was a Super Filon, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but the French helicopter, those guys can carry exosets. I think in the game they carry two exosets, and those have a range a little over 30 nautical miles. That would be something I'd be really interested in destroying pretty rapidly. Yeah, actually, I'm going to look that up, because I'm not sure if Iran has it. I don't think they have that helicopter type. Helicopters. Okay, that's the Iranian SH-3. They can only hold Mark 46 torpedoes and sonobuoys. Where is the other one? This guy, this is what I was talking about. Yeah, it looks like it's just Iraqi, so 35 nautical mile range on the exosets there. Okay, we've got to pay attention here. We've got some jets coming in. Been distracted. Let's It's running pretty low and fast directly at us, so I'm going to call that hostile, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to set our formation orders to weapon air defense free. This guy should start shooting at him. Yep, he's going to shoot at that track. He's getting really close though. Oh, that's they're all hostile. Here we go. Okay, that attack's coming inbound right now. Alright, so we need to snap the formation this way. Let me do this really quickly. Okay. Basically, I want all the ships to unmask their weapon systems at the threat and also present their CIWS to the threat. See, a lot of times the ships on their own will try to unmask themselves if they need to use their weapon systems, but this is why a line of stern formation is pretty good, especially in tight areas, because we can deconflict our movements very easily. We don't have to worry about the formation getting all crazy and us smashing into the merchants or whatever. So we can just immediately step aside over to the starboard side here and then unmask this weapon system so the Rim 7 can also get in the fight. There's a lot of jets here. I wish I don't like doing this manually. If you don't do it though, they just won't shoot, and then you're gonna be hurting. Still got some jets there. It's getting pretty close. We need to micromanage this a little bit. We'll do yeah. Come on, get the missiles off. There we go. Alright, we got more hostiles here. Okay, keep it going. You can... Oh, we're under... Okay. I really want this guy to snap over to the side there. He's not doing it. Okay, here it comes. Why is he not moving? Oh boy. Alright, now we gotta leave it up for damage control. Damn, that sucks. I really wanted him to step over like that, but he just never did. It's too bad. Well, I'll just have to deal with that. We'll make Wayne Foster here be the formation leader. Oh, I don't think, no, I can't change that. Okay, that's too bad. I thought there was, oh, we just make the Wayne, we could just make him lead the formation. There we go. Now Foster's in charge. It'd be really cool if you can, like, if we look at the damage control stuff here, this is a good time to talk about damage control stuff in the game. I like that when you take hits, they're absolutely devastating to your ship, because they should be. A lot of ships are designed where it's lighter on top, so sometimes the materials they use, like for the superstructure, is not necessarily going to be the most sturdiest thing. A lot of the times, or not say a lot of times, but sometimes ships have like aluminum superstructures to save on the weight. And the thing I don't like about this is they only have 2 damage control teams. Realistically, all these ships, you could even find one of the whole damage control United States Navy organization book on DTIC, which is a .mil defense outlet for information. It's publicly released by the DoD, so you can read up on it, how they organize the structure of damage control for the Navy, and Sun class, obviously, because the Navy wouldn't put that out if it wasn't. This they should have 3 teams at least to do damage control, and when there's catastrophic fire like this, they would. It's kind of like every Marine's a rifleman, well, every sailor is a firefighter, and it's just a basic thing that everybody learns, even, you know, officers as well. We all have to go to firefighting school. enlisted. We do that in our boot camp, and then there's firefighting schools after you go to the ship that you do shipboard firefighting. It's pretty cool. There's actual big fires, and you go down this huge. You start at the top of this tower, and then you go down into the bottom where all the fire's at, and it's pretty exhausting. But it's a great experience to be able to learn how to do that stuff. So everybody can form up in teams and put out major fires if it comes to that. Right? If I was in sonar and say in that hit the damage control team was killed, they would start pulling people to actually do damage control. Okay, Wainwright is gone. Yeah, one of the things what I think would be super cool is if you got within range or whatever, you can give assistance, because every ship... Let's take a look at the damage control on this. 2 teams. Yeah, all these ships should have 3 teams at least. Carriers, they're going to have more, but I can't remember what it was, if it's 7 or something like that, 5 or 7. But obviously everybody's a firefighter when it comes to major catastrophes. On the ships that weren't damaged, we have rescue and assistance capability, so we can just send our ribs out to put our damage control teams on their ship to fight fires, because we all do it the same way. It's all standardized, so you can just snap on, just pump different teams into the ship to try and save it. I think that's what happened with the Stark. Eventually, some of the rescue and assistance teams went to go help out. Trying to think if, yeah, you can't rescue those guys, I don't think, but it'd be kind of cool too as well, like using your helicopter to pluck them out of the ocean. But yeah, I do like that the damage is catastrophic, because you're not going to be able to use any systems. They'll all be damaged with massive explosions from bombs. When you take hits into the hull, you got to think you're severing a lot of like electrical connections and stuff like that. We have in damage control, we've got cables that we can if you go to museum ships like on the IO or whatever, a lot of times on the bulkheads you'll still see them. There's a lot of plug-in points for these emergency power cables, and so if stuff is like cut out because of a massive explosion, you can route electricity around to try and keep the lights on or keep the weapon systems going. But most of the times the weapon systems, they're just so lightly armored, they're just going to be destroyed. Radars can't really take a lot of damage. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I do like that. And then magazines and fuel and stuff the ship carries. Once you hit one of those, say like harpoons on the deck or whatever, that's going to cause a big problem for you. In fact, was it the Stark? One of those ships, it might have been the Stark that I'm thinking about, when they got hit, when you, fires spread pretty rapidly on a ship because we have wireways that have to go through different rooms, so fires can travel that way. Bulkheads can get super hot if there's a fire in the compartment because it's all metal, right? So they can be glowing red, and anything touching that bulkhead is going to catch fire if it's combustible. There's just a lot of ways that fire can spread. And in berthing spaces especially, they're big spaces that have a lot of combustible bedding material and stuff like that, all their personal items and things. So I think in the Stark, when the missile hit, let's go to the frigate here. Combat should be somewhere around here. The pilot house, there's like a ladder well that goes up to the pilot house. There's usually a CIWS cabin, I think, underneath, and then there's a door to combat. So the missile, I think one of them came in through this way and then went down through combat and then went further down, which is where berthing is. And so the fire got pretty crazy because of berthing, and then it started to spread aft. And it went to the chief's mess in the galley area, which is kind of around here, and continued to spread. Now we got really dangerous because the 76 is here, and the 76 mag is like down below it. And if fire was to reach that, all that ammo would go up, and that would just break the ship in half probably. So they had to flood it But if you're thinking also about firefighting on a ship, there's another difficult task of dewatering, right? You can't just continually pump tons and tons of water onto the fire and not do anything about it. It's got to be balanced because the ship can, you can say fight a fire on the starboard or the port side here. Eventually, if you're constantly pumping tons of water into a space, you're going to make the balance be a little off, and you're going to have to counterflood or maybe not counterflood, but deballast on one side to keep things upright. But when you flood a huge space like this, a missile, the 76 mag, that's a lot of water that's above the waterline, and so you can become unstable if you've got too much weight topside here, and can risk capsizing if it gets out of control. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I really wish we can maybe in the future. I think somebody was saying they saw something about rescues like in the game files or something like that, but it'd be cool to pick those guys up. Alright, let's finish here. We'll get through here. We've got radar echo. Oh yeah, I'm so used to our SM1 capabilities that wanted to go engage this guy. Wainwright's not going to be able to do that. I think Wainwright's maybe the ammo count here. What is it? Alright, so it's fully reloaded. That's good. I think I touched upon it earlier. The RIM 7s, they hold, 8 total at a time, and then it takes 30 minutes to reload. And I asked the dev about the CIWS, because I think a lot of games model that incorrectly, and it's modeled pretty well in this game, because CIWS, if you look here, there's a drum there, and that drum is actually where the ammunition for the gun is stored, and the drum is pretty small, right? So it only holds 1,600 rounds. Now everyone knows CIWS fires really rapidly. Depending on the version, I think it could be 3,500 to 4,000 rounds per minute. The older ones only fired fast. The new modern ones can fire slower, and the reason they want to do that is so you can shoot up small boats or helicopters or whatever. But I bring that up because if you are trying to use CIWS as like a part of like an integrated air defense plan or something, it's not a good weapon system, because 1,600 rounds goes by very, very quick, and there's going to be once that's out, you have to reload it. So in the game, it actually models it. I think they were telling me it takes 15 minutes to reload, which is good. Sure, all the CIWS guys out there can attest to this, not having so much ammo. Okay, let's see here. Got a helicopter coming in. Looks like the Foster is engaging, or the gallery, sorry. Man, it'd be really cool to see the other long haul Perrys. This guy's a short haul. Wow, they are using a lot of SAMs at this for this helicopter here. Alright, that reminds me, I should probably switch everybody weapons tight and just manually control them. Now if we look, oh, nice. I wonder if, that's pretty cool. I love seeing stuff exploding in the distance, looks really cool. Seeing the flashes. Oh, we got some bog hammers. Okay, this is actually really good. I wanted to bring up, if I was to go weapons free, I like doing that. Even over here, it's kind of gives you the wrong idea. If you do formation orders, air defense orders, it says air defense. So you kind of think that whatever you're doing here applies to just air defense weapons, but It really doesn't. If I was to have myself out weapons free and that bog hammer was discovered, then these guys would start chucking harpoons at it, and I don't like that we don't have the granularity to tell them, you know, go weapons free with air defense weapons, so shoot down any jets that are coming in towards us. But I want to have a lot of control over the harpoon usage, because I don't want to shoot harpoons at these guys actually. Because if you look at a bog hammer, look at that thing. A harpoon missile is probably almost the whole size or length of the vessel, right? It's pretty nuts. And we look at the unit reference. They don't have anything aside from this little dinky rocket system, 5 nautical miles, and the Dishka. So I can feel pretty confident at killing these guys just with our 5-inch guns. Because the 5-inch guns, I think, we'll just circle around here while we figure out what's going on with the bog hammers. Why are they going so slow? Let's go ahead full. I think we're probably only going to, yeah, oh, okay, we're actually going. Let me do. Oh, we need to tell him to go to return to formation. I think if we're going like flank or full or whatever, we wouldn't go faster than what the slowest guys can do. So I think that's 15 knots. Yes, 15, 16. I have seen it perform that way, but it looks like in this case it's not. I don't know if it's just because we haven't spaced our formation out just yet, or what actually. Let's try return to formation. Okay, that's what it was. It needed to go return to formation, and then it slowed down. Yeah, it should. I think they'll only go as fast as the slowest units in the formation can go, so. Okay, well, that's good we figured that out. I'm sure other people will have that issue. Yeah, with the bog hammers, let's see, unit reference here. Our gun is going to be 12 nautical miles, yeah, so we have a lot of space to stay out of the range of those rockets. Why are you stopping? What is going on here? I have no idea what's happening. Zoom course? Don't like that? Nope. What's going on? If I take direct control and then I don't have it anymore. I don't know why this ship is not responding to any commands. Alright, well, I think we'll have to leave it at that. Jeez. I hate to end the video this way. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Where 0 knots, I tell it to go standard, doesn't want to do that. Change its waypoint. Doesn't want to respond to that. It's saying that it will move. What is happening? Resume course. Doesn't work. Formation. Return to formation. Doesn't, can't do that anymore, but yeah, the other ships don't appear to be moving. Okay. Yeah, let's, can this guy move? Yeah, this guy moves. Alright, well, I guess we'll leave it at that then. Oh, that's too bad. I wanted to blow up all these things with 5-inch. Would be really fun. Guess we'll try that again later, some other time. Alright, catch you on the next one. Bye.